to this video, and in this video I will show you how to make a scientific calculator. So we started from part 1. I have the link in the description whereby I taught how to make a simple calculator, but now we're going to start, we are now in the part 2 of the video whereby I'm going to show you how to make a scientific calculator with JavaScript. For example, whenever I click on sign, whenever I can find the sign of a number, I can find the cost of a number, the sign of a number. I can also convert the sign of my this. For example, if I say sine 30, it's going to give me my answer in radians. I can convert that answer in radians to degree. You understand? I can also find the factorial of a given number in this scientific calculator. I can also find the square of a number, the cube root, the square root. So I'll show you how to do this in this video. So if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel so you'll not miss my next video. So we are getting started right now. So let's continue. So okay, so now we need to work on the sign. We need to work on this. So we need to pick up all these sign buttons here. We need to pick them up with JavaScript. And let's check. So let's go and check for their class name. So they all have a class name of trig. They all have a class of trig. These three signs, you can see them here. They all have a class of trig now. So I'm going to pick them in JavaScript now. So let's do that. So I'm going to say let's trig buttons. Let's trig btns equal to document that gets elements by class name trig. Okay, we are getting that. So these trig buttons. So let's console.log trig now. Console.log trig buttons. Trig buttons. So let's console.log it now, see what it is on our console. You can see now this is an HTML collection. You can see these are 3 trig buttons. It's an HTML collection, but I want to gain access to this button individually. So I need to loop through my trig buttons so I can gain access to them individually. So let's loop through them. So I'm going to loop through them at the bottom of this. So let's remove this now. Let's get down to the bottom. Okay, and I say for let's trig button of trig buttons. Understand? Let trig button of trig. We could call yours anything. Understand? So this trig button refers to the individual buttons, individual trig button. Why this refers to the collection of the old trig buttons? So I am looping through the collection of trig buttons. Understand? So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna say trig btn, the individual button, trig btn dot add event listener click. It should be in quotes, click. I'm gonna say find. It's gonna help us find a trig. Find trig ratio of our input container text. So now I'm gonna declare this function find trig ratio. Okay, now so I'm gonna say if trig button dot inner text is equal sign. Sorry for that noise. If trig button dot inner text is equal sign, what should it do? You should find the sign of, just find the sign. Okay, for example, if trig button dot inner text is equal sign, you find the sign of the input container text, which is 90. So let's do that now. So if trig button dot inner text equal sign, I'm gonna say results container dot inner text should be equal to math.sign input container dot inner text. Let's see if that works now. So let's say 60. Click on the sign. Perfect. It gives us our answer, which is there. So we need to also work on this. So let's say trig ratio, trig container dot inner text should be equal to sign. So let's do that again. So 60 sign Perfect. So clear the screen. So let's say 30 sine. Perfect. Normally as we were taught in school, we only use sine 30 as 0.5. What say we are saying minus 0.9. This is also correct, but our answer is in radians. So we need to also be we need to convert this from radians to degrees. So I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So whenever you click on this radian button, it converts your value here to degree, and whenever you click on it again, it converts it back to radians. So I'll do that now. So let's just copy and paste this for our cos and tan. Understand? Control V and Control V. So for you don't know if this for the cos and the tan, else if trig between the inner text is equal to cos, find math.cos if it's contained on inner text, and this should be cos. So let's do this for tan also. So please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. So math.tan and tan. That's it now. So let's try again. Let's say no. So we need to put in the number first. So let's say 30. Can find the cos. These are cos 30. This answer is in radians. So I'll share to convert it to degree now. So we are going to do that right now. So let's put our comments here. Helps to find the trig value of our inputs. Perfect. Okay, that's it. Now let's work on the radian. Pick our radian button now. This button helps us to convert our answers from radians to degree and from degree back to radians. So we're going to pick up this button. I've done that already over here. So like I said, let's radian converter equal to document get element by ID rad. Let me show you this rad button I'm talking about. So this is a button over here with an ID of rad. So we're going to add an event listener to this rad and helps us to convert our trig answers, our trig values to radians or degree, depends on our choice. Now say radian converter add event listener, click. Now say call this function convert values. As a function convert values. Function convert values should be function convert values. What we're going to do now, we're going to say result container of inner text. Should be equal to math.sign input container of inner text times math.py over 180. Understand? So that's it now. Okay, let's see if it works. Let's see if it's gonna work now. So let's say 30. Let's say sine 30. Okay, this is our answer here is in radians. Let's see if we're gonna convert it to degree. So click on the button. Perfect. It's converted to degree. Understand? It's working fine now. So, but there we are still having some issues. So whenever I click on this button, it should change from rad to degree. It should change from rad to DEG, which stands for degree. You understand? And we also need to make this work for cos and tan. For example, let's play the screen. When I say 30 cos 30, if I click on this rad button, it's not going to change because it's only working for sine. You understand? So we need to also make it work for cos and tan. So let me put that to you. If I click on it, it still changes to sine, to the value of sine. It should change the value of cos. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So we're going to use an if statement now. Say if trig, let's say if trig container plus inner text is equal sine, right? Okay. Also, okay. After that again, we're also going to write another if statement. Let's say if radian converter dot inner text is equal. Sorry for that noise. I'm really sorry for that. Is equal rad. What should it do now? Okay, it should do this. Control C, Control X rather. Put this inside. Control V, and also we need to also make this radian container radian converter the inner text should be equal to DEG. Sorry for that noise. I'm really sorry for that. DEG. So let's see if it works. 6. Let's say sine of 6. This answer is in radians. So click on this. Okay, see it is changed back to degree. The answer is 9 degree now. Okay, let's click again on it. You see, it did not change back to radians. So let's write the function. Let's write an if statement that helps us with that now. It's going to say else if radian converter the inner text is equal to DEG. Let's say radian converter inner text should be equal to, oh, who is that? Oh, sorry for the noise, I'm really sorry. Should be equal to rad. It's my neighbor that's doing that, my neighbor, so I'm really sorry for that. It's equal to rad. So let's see, let's say 20. Okay, look for the rad of it, the degree. This answer is in degree now. Click on the degree again, toss it back to its radian value. Oh, it didn't return it, just change it. So let's do that. Let it return. So copy this. So going to give us our answer in radians. So remove this. So what this does is that this helps to convert our values to degree, and this helps to convert back our degree back to radians. Understand? That's what it does now. So let's see. So let's say sine 30. Sine. Okay, this is our answer in radians. So click on this rad button. Here's our answer in degree. On the radians content, the radian button, the content has changed from rad to degree. So click on it again. Changes back to radian. You see, that's it now. So that's it. So I'll just say, just copy this code and paste. You just copy this again and paste 2 more times for the cos and the tan. Just wherever you see cos, change it to wherever you see sine, put cos there. Wherever you see sine again, put tan there. Just copy this and make it work for the cos and tan. This is only working for the sine. You understand? So let's just comment this out and say, let's say x to convert our trig values from radian to degree and vice versa. Perfect. It's not working fine now. So let's work on our factorial function. Our factorial, for example, whenever we click, so what is factorial of a number? To my own understanding, factorial of a number can be defined as a number multiplied by its preceding values before 0. For example, the factorial of number 4 is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Factorial of 5 is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You understand? So I'm going to show you how to write a function that helps return a factorial of any input on the screen. So let's do that right now. So I've already picked my factorial button. I've picked it up already. Let's factorial button equal document get element by ID factorial. My factorial button on HTML has an ID of factorial. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So let's say factorial button.add event list now. Click. Let's say find factorial. Find factorial. Oh, sorry for that. It shouldn't be like that. Let's say function find factorial. Okay. So now, what are we going to do? We want to find a factorial of it. Let's assume find a factorial of this 5 now. Understand? And this 5 is what we call the input container.inner text. The input container.inner text refers to the content of the input container, which is from this place to this place. Understand? That's our input container. So the inner text refers to the content of this input container. And for example, we have 5 here. So let's consider the code now. I'm going to explain more. Let's say let's inputs equal to inputs container.inner text. Okay. So I'm going to look through this input. I want to look through the input. For example, we are having our input to be 5. So I need to look through this 5 now. So let's say for let I equal to input I is greater than 1, I minus. What this does is that it said I is equal to 5, input is a 5, I is greater than 1. Okay, I minus minus. This means that whenever we are decrementing the 5 by 1, at first I is going to be 5, the first iteration. At the second iteration, it's going to be 4, the third is going to be 3, the fourth is going to be 2. It's not going to get to 1 because here the condition states that I is greater than 1. So I can never be equal to 1. It's never going to be equal to 1. It's going to be greater than 1. So during this iteration, I'm going to look from 5 down to 2. As mean our input is 6, I'm going to look from 6 down to 2. Never going to be equal to 1. You understand? So so whenever it is iterating, we need to also declare another variable called multiplier. Let's multiplier equal. Let's multiplier equal to 1. So whenever we are iterating through this input now, we need to like get a hold of each iteration, of each value from each iteration. For example, I'm going to say multiplier times equal I. What this does is that during the first iteration, I is equal to 5, right? So that 5 is going to be multiplier is going to be multiplier than times 5. And multiplier is 1. So in the first iteration, multiplier is going to be 5, which is say during the first iteration, I is 5, right? It's going to be 5 times equal multiplier, right? So multiplier is going to be 5 during the first iteration. During the second iteration, multiplier is already 5 now. So during the second iteration, it's going to be 5 times 4. So the third iteration is going to be 5 times 3. The fourth is going to be 5 times 2. That's how it's going to work now. So let's just result now that inner text should now be equal to multiplier. Understand? Result now inner text is not going to be equal to multiplier. So let's see if this works now. So let's say 5. Click on the factorial button. You can see return the factorial of 5, which is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So let's clear. You can see 4 factorial is 12, 24. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 24. Click on it. Let's return the factorial of this. So please, if there's anything you don't understand here, please just let me know. Just write in the comment section. I would love to give you an answer. You understand? So it's working now. So we also need to concatenate the factorial symbol to this 4. So let's do that now. Let's say input container inner text should be plus equal the factorial symbol. So you can say 3 factorial. You can say 6. See, it's now working. It's working fine now. So let's work on our square root, the square root function, the square function, and the cube root function. We've never worked on the logarithm function. We're going to work on all of that now. So as I said, I've already declared my square. This is the square button. This square button, whenever I click on this square button, it helps to square our inputs. Our inputs contain the inner text. It helps to square whatever inputs we input on the screen. So let's write the function for that now. So this is our factorial function. Let's comment that now. Factorial function. Yeah, so we are making progress. So let's say square button dot add event listener as I declare. No, square button dot add event listener. Click. Let's say find square. Okay, we're going to declare a function called function find square. Function find square. What this does is that it's going to, so these are the math dot square function works. So that math dot par. So we're going to help us return. For example, this what I wrote here now. This math dot par 3, 2 helps to return the square of 3. So if I say math dot par 4, 2, let's return the square of 4. If I say math, 4, 3, helps to return the cube of 4. You understand? That is how it works now. So I'm working with the square. I'm going to use 2. So how are we going to do this now? So let's just, okay, let's just say result container dot inner text should be equal to math dot power. So our first argument is going to be our input container dot inner text. That's going to be our first argument. Now let's say input container inputs container dot inner text. So whatever our input container inner text is going to help us return. It's going to do what? It's going to return the square of the input container dot inner text. You understand? So before we complete this, let's say input container dot inner text should plus equal. We want to also add that square symbol on top of any given number. For example, whenever I click on 9. Whenever I click on okay, there's an error. That's why it's not going. So I'm gonna correct that. I said now, I hope you understand what this does now. This is gonna help us to output our answer mad.spar result container inner text. So I said, and I want to now add that small 2 on top of our input container inner text. I want to add that small 2, that superscript 2. You understand? So let's copy it now. Just Ctrl C, come over here, okay, and just paste it there. So let's see if it works now. So let's say 9 square, it's 1. You see, it works just as good. You see, it's working so fine. So let's work on our square root button. On our square root, now saying, let's call this square function. Let's call this x to find square, x to find the square of our inputs. Okay, that's that now. Okay, after that now, what else are we gonna do? We want to also find the square root of our input. Now, as I said, I've already declared this variable called square root button. You can see it here. Square root add event listener. Click. So we're gonna find square roots. Find square root. So this function is gonna be called function find square roots. So what this does is going to be a result container of inner text going to be equal to math.sqrt. Sorry, math.sqrt. Input container dot inner text So let's see if it works. Let's say 9 square root of 9. I see it returns 3. So I want to also add that square root symbol in front of 9. So let me show do that now. I'm going to say input container dot inner text should be equal to. Let me copy that. Let me just copy that symbol. Ctrl C and come here, you paste it, Ctrl V, should be equal to this symbol plus the input container dot inner text. So let's see if it works this time now. So 9 square root, boom, it works so fine. It's working fine now. It returns any square root you want. So let's say 25. Let's do a square root of 25. Perfect. You see, it works so fine. Okay. We're almost done with this tutorial. So let's work on the logarithm tape on the logs. Let's also find a log of a particular input. Understand? So let's call this one square root function. Copy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Helps to find square root of our inputs. Okay, now so let's work on our log. Now on the log function. So I've already defined a variable called log button. Refers to the button on the HTML that has an ID of log, and this is the button over here. So this is the button has an ID of log. So let's work on it now. So we're going to say log btn plus add event listener. Click. Now say find log. Find log. That's a function find log. What is it? You're gonna say, or you're gonna do like, you're gonna say result container dot inner text should be equal to math.log10. Math.log10 imputes container dot inner text. Let's say the log of 10 is 1. Let's see. 10. There's an error. Find log. Okay, there should be a comma after this. So let's see. Let's find a log of 10. Because log of 10 is 1. But we want to also display the log on this tree container, this black border div. So let's do that now. So let's say tree container dot inner text. Tree container dot inner text should be equal to log. So let's find the log of 100. That should be 2. So log. Perfect. See, it's working so far. Now we are true. Okay, I did not work on this on the cube roots function. So you should go and do that by yourself. You just use the math.cube roots. You're going to help you return the cube roots of your input. Okay, we've got to the end of this tutorial now. I hope you really learned something. So if you learned something from this tutorial, please subscribe to this channel so that you will not miss my next video. Subscribe now so you won't miss my next video. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. So we now have a fully functional scientific calculator. Before we start from the basic down to the scientific aspects. You understand? So thank you for watching this video. Please, I also have a link to the description of the basic aspect of this calculator. I have a link to I have a link to the basic calculator, to the simple calculator that does not involve this rate log, does not involve this sine, cos, and tan. I have a link of that video in the description of this video. So do it to watch that video also. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Bye bye.